Hey, I'm Cody Simpson, and I'm taking over the night show with Mitch Churi tonight.
At the end of the day, it's the Night Show with Mitch Churi.
How are you, buddy? This is very exciting. I've been a big fan for ages, so it's good to finally connect.
Yeah, thank you. Good to be on with you.
I feel like it's just like a mate that I went to school with, you know, like the Aussie connection and a similar sense of humour, same energy. Do you find that when Aussies interview you, you're like, here we go, this is chill?
Yeah, it's usually a lot easier, you know, than other interviews in the States or anywhere else. Like, just it sort of feels like a normal conversation, you know.
There's a real intensity to the Americans, and like they speak so quickly, and the accent is it's right up to the microphone. It's crazy. It's different.
Yeah. No, it's a whole other. It's a different culturally. It's like wild. I mean, I'm pretty used to it. I lived over there like a long time, but like, it's different. The humor's different too. Like, you know, you can't really say the same things you say here. You know what I mean? Like, it's very shocking to them sometimes, you know. When
sarcasm doesn't land. They take you seriously. We were just joking about putting porn on Kyle's laptop. They'd be like, "You can't, don't do that. No, oh my god, don't."
And everyone's very sensitive too, like in a way as well.
Yeah, it's funny. Too much. Well, you can swear here. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't mind. Hey, now where are you? You're in. You mentioned that you're at home. Are you in Australia? You're Gold Coast?
Yeah, I'm on the Gold Coast.
How good, man. Back home? Do you live with family or do you have your own place on the GC?
No, I am on my own, which is nice. And I'm not too far from family, which is good. But I came back here to swim, basically. Like, the best place for me to be training, considering that whole path that I'm on and everything. And I was like, why not do it back here? You know, get away from the distractions of Hollywood and the whole thing, you know, and be somewhere that I can kind of keep my feet on the ground and hustle.
Yeah, 100%. I love the swimming stuff. We'll talk about new music because that is out. We have new music from you, and that's exciting. And obviously, it's a radio station. We're not a swimming podcast. But I want to talk about that because you made it. It seems like there's been a change in the last couple of months, or maybe the last year. You've always been a swimmer, but did you make a change in your mind to go, no, I'm going to get to Paris in 2024. I'm going to be an Olympian.
Yeah, it was something that always like lingered in the back of my head, and it was just like an itch that I had to scratch. And it was like an itch that I'd had since I stopped swimming. Like, and I kind of left like at, you know, the highest level I could have left on at the age that I was. And so I just like always was thinking about, what could I have done, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to go through it and like not have the regret. And, you know, it's an equal passion of mine to music. So it was just one of those things I had to like figure out and juggle and balance. And I've been doing that since I was in school, basically. But I gotta see where I can get to, you know, obviously, you know, whilst releasing music, which is kind of the fun part as well.
100%.
Didn't have to put that totally aside, which is nice.
Do people treat you differently at the pool? Like trying to like snap photos of you in the showers? Like, this will go for a fancy price. If I get Cody Simpson in his Speedos.
When I first got back, it was kind of madness, but like now everyone's kind of just used to seeing me there, so it's all right. Like I'm with like one of the best squads in the country, and like everyone there is a really high performer and blah blah blah, and everyone's just kind of there to work, and it's a really nice environment because it is a breath of fresh air from like where I came from and what I was used to, like over in the States, and the discipline of it and all that stuff is just really cool to be a part of, and no one puts up a big fuss about you know my background.
Yeah, celebrity, the fame. Do you shower with your scunchies off, or do you keep them on strictly on? Because I'm an ex-water polo boy and I couldn't take them off for the life of me.
Keep them on. I keep them on.
Yeah. Do you have mates that take them off?
Nah, everyone keeps them on.
Very old school, isn't it? I feel like that's something our dads would do. Real take them off, not give a shit.
Take them off, yeah. When you have the pool, like, they'll be like public, you know, swimming in like kind of public lanes and stuff, and like all those blokes would take them off, and you just kind of go, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but that'll be us one day. I reckon we'll hit 40 and we'll be like, I don't care, take them off.
I think there's an age of people hit where like they just stop caring about everything. You know what I mean? like, they don't. You're not self-conscious anymore. You're not, you know, this or that. You just like, I think it's like around 50 and things change.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's when, if you want to see Cody, wait till he turns 50 and then the public pools and you'll get what you want. 25 years. Hey, you just celebrated your 25th birthday. Did you have a big bash? How was that?
Man, I actually didn't. I I was just training. I trained like twice on my birthday. I did it with family, and that was it. Not the partier I was a couple of years ago. Obviously now with my athletic lifestyle and the whole thing, but yeah, no, I was just having dinner with family, and I was kind of doing a bunch of work stuff for the single, and yeah, nothing exciting.
Nice, man. Speaking of family, quickly, how's your sister? I saw on New Year's that did she break her spine? Is that real? Is that legit?
She fractured 2 vertebrae in her neck. Yeah, so she was very lucky to be walking around still, and she's just in a neck brace for a few months, and luckily no surgery or anything. But you know, she was very close call to paralysis and all that stuff. So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Were you there? Was it a big family thing?
No, I wasn't there. It happened. She was just with friends. Yeah.
Shit, the poor thing. We'll send her my love. We had her on when she was on in the jungle for I'm a Celeb. So I'm glad she's good. Glad she's good. All right, let's talk about music, because I believe this is, it's very weird to say, your first release. There's an album coming, but your first release as an adult. Is that true?
Pretty much. Like, I mean, I've released stuff over the last few years, and you know, had a band thing going on, and I've had the odd EP and stuff, but it's my first like full length album as an adult. It's my first full length album in 6 years since Free Right Here, which was like my first independent record. You know, down the sort of singer songwriter space, that, you know, sort of a departure from, you know, say teen pop, in which I sort of grew up, you know, in that whole world. So yeah, it is. And Nice to Meet You is the first single, which is, you know, feels like a real reintroductory thing for me. And yeah, it's just setting up sort of a new chapter in my musical life, you know.
Do you feel nervous coming back to it now, or is it like an old muscle you're flexing again? You're like, nah, I'm a musician at heart.
No, not really. Like, I never stopped or anything. Like, I cut this record a year ago. And I've just been sitting on it because I was training. I didn't have time, and I got through Olympic trials, and then I finally had some like mental space to think about like how I wanted to release it and all that stuff. And it's finally time to do it. So there's a whole album in the can ready.
He's back. Not only, guys, is he going to swim at the Paris Olympics, he's going to perform in the opening ceremony. That'd be the ultimate, like,
I don't think anyone's ever done that before. That'd be pretty nuts.
Everyone's like, Kathy Freeman won the race. It's like, yeah, but she didn't sing, and that's all that matters.
Did she sing?
She didn't sing. That could be cool. That could be a good plan. What's going on with the album? Do we have a title yet and a release date?
Not yet. No. Why
are you smiling? Is that secret? Oh, it's a secret.
That's like, yes, I do, but I'm not going to tell you.
Hold up fingers, just so I know.
I've got a few singles got a few singles lined up in advance of it. Nice to Meet You is the first one, which comes out. Right, when is this going to be?
This will air when it's out, so we can say it's out now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice to Meet You is the first track, which is out now, and then we've got a couple more lined up pre-album release. But there's 11 songs in the album. The whole thing I recorded the whole thing in 8 days, which was crazy. I was given like an easy week of training, and I got in the studio, booked 8 days in the studio, and did the whole thing. But it's really moving back down that path, is, you know, in singer-songwriter stuff, like acoustic rock, I guess I'd call it. But I'm very proud of it. It's definitely my proudest work to date by far. And Nice to Meet You is a good first sort of example.
Oh, nice, buddy. I'm proud. I'm excited to have you back, and great to play Aussie music on the radio here in Australia. And we all love you. Like, you're a household name. Like, my mum loves you. My sisters love you. The listeners love you. The pool boys love you. Everyone loves Cody Simpson. I think it's a testament to your skill and your ability. You're a natural talent at anything you do. So I'm so excited new music is back. Hey, let's do some fan questions, if you don't mind. We have some people on the line who want to chat to you. So let's pump them out. I believe this first one is Ryan. Ryan, you're on with Cody. Go for it.
Hey, Cody. Oh, my God. Massive fan. Look, I wasn't sure what to ask you. I wanted to ask you about swimming, but I know that you're working on new music, and I just have to know, is there going to be any like big names or any collaborations coming up on the next project? Thank you.
Collabs.
Thanks, Ryan. There's only one collab on the album, and it's with an artist that inspired or has sort of paved the way for this kind of music. Like he's a guy I grew up listening to, and that everybody from myself to like Jack Johnson to like everybody admires this guy. And so the fact that I was able to get him on the record is really crazy. I can't say who it is yet, but like he's one of my primary musical inspirations, which is pretty nuts.
Real? Oh God, no. Aussie? Can you say if they're Aussie?
Nah, American.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know why my head was going towards Keith Urban. I can just picture you and Keith Urban at a dinner table together, just writing music.
I would love to collab with Keith Urban though. Keith Urban was my first concert actually ever.
No way. How old were you?
I was 10. I was 10, and I went and saw him in Brisbane, and I saw him like it was the first like real incredible guitarist I'd ever seen live, and like so that sort of triggered that for me and inspired me to want to play guitar and be that kind of guy.
Interesting. I can see that now you say it. Actually, do you send your music to any, obviously, the Hollywood side of you've got big celeb pals, your black book in your phone. Do you send any songs to any artists to get feedback?
Yeah, I've actually been chatting to a few Australian artists that I'm huge fans of. One, Tash Sultana and Ziggy Alberts. We're both like, huge in music here, especially in that kind of that genre. So I sent them the record a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I sent them the whole album just to get opinions and advice. And Ziggy had been sending me a couple of his demos and stuff. That was cool to sort of get advice and opinions from them. I talked to Bernard Fanning.
Wow.
I sent this to him. And I've just got amazing feedback from everybody that's heard it. Like it's one of those albums that, the maturation and growth process for me as a musician is super evident in it. And like, it's very large step from like where I came from,
like kid pop, like
where I started
pop,
10 years ago. So it's definitely a huge turn in that sense. I mean, if you followed sort of what I've done over the last 5 years, it's not as maybe shocking, but like for a lot of people, it'll be the first thing they've heard from me in a while. So it might be shocking.
So that's good. You want to be shocking. You don't want to be middle of the road. You want to shock them.
Yeah.
Come out of the gates.
Exactly.
Surprises. All right, let's go to the next question. You're on with Cody. Go for it.
Hey, Cody. I'm such a big fan. I was just wondering if you had like any crazy fan stories, like one that really sticks in your head, because I know like you go in and out of the pool all the time. So have you seen like any stalkers or anything on your way out, or is there like one crazy fan story that you tell your friends? Love you. Bye.
One that pops into my head, which was probably like 6 years ago now. I was in Norway, which is one of my favorite countries in the world. And I was staying at this hotel, and I have a really good friend in Norway, Oslo, Norway. And he stayed at this hotel that was like on the water, and there was boat docks like at the hotel. Yeah. And we were there, and I was playing a gig, and like there was probably like 30 people outside and girls and things that had found out I was staying there. I'm big in Norway, I guess. I don't know.
I guess you look like Scandinavian. I don't know. Like you
yeah, they must like me because I'm of Swedish descent and all that stuff. So, all right, a friend of mine had a boat, and he came and docked up, and he said, "Oh, I'm here. Like, let's go out for a cruise." Blah blah blah. And so I came down. I was like, "Oh no, how am I going to sort of get through all these people? We just want to go out on the boat." And so I was with my sort of my tour manager at the time, and we just decided to like make a run for it and like jump onto the boat and go. And we jump onto the boat and sort of zoom off, and these girls, like, I reckon it's probably 6 or 7 of them, jumped into the water there, which is freezing cold, by the way. We're in Norway.
Yeah.
And start swimming after the boat. And like, so we kind of like are zooming off, and we go, I'm kind of looking back, and they're still swimming after it, like out from the dock into open ocean kind of thing. And I'm going, we got to go get them. Yeah. And so we went and picked them all up, and we ended up taking them on a ride and everything. It was really, really funny, and they were all just
shivering,
freezing, but
covered in blankets.
Like they straight up like just sent it. they like sent it into the water and like swam after it.
Dedication.
Hilarious.
I love that you turned around, because that could have been a big lawsuit on your hand. Imagine the headlines. Cody Simpson kills 10
I know. We
screaming
turned around,
girls.
gave them all towels, and took him for a spin. It was great.
You're a good man.
Yeah.
You're a good man. I love you tell that story that ends with you being the hero. That's a smart way to tell a story. That's really good. We gave them all beer and we bought them a house and gave them all cars. Yeah.
And they're all living in this mansion in Norway. And
Yeah. All right. Final question. You're on with Cody. Go for it.
Hi, Cody. It's Frank. I'm such a huge fan. Obviously, I listen to all your stuff all the time. And I was so in love with you and Miley together. I know you guys aren't together anymore, but are you still friends, still talking? What's going on?
Hello, Frank. We don't talk actively, but like, you know, we'd spoken a few times after things ended between us, and you know, it was very amicable. Like, we still, you know, had mad respect for each other, and it didn't end in like a shit way or anything. You know, like I'd started swimming, like training and swimming at the time, and you know, I knew my lifestyle was going to change immensely if I went down that path. I'd been training for a couple months already, and it was just changing like the dynamic, because I had to, you know, do something completely new. And she was supportive of it, but like I felt like I had to go my own way and really dive into it, you know, metaphorically and literally.
That was good. I didn't pick up on that one. That was a good one. I like it.
And it just, you know, it was what it was. And she released a new record like around that time, and we kind of just went our own ways. But yeah, no, it's still, you know, if we saw each other, it would be totally fine, and everything would be, you know, we'd still be able to chat and be great friends. So.
Good. I feel like that's very you. That's a thing that I feel like is in your personality, to not end things on a bad note. Yeah.
I don't make things weird. You know, I try not to make things weird, and you know, it was like sort of a decision, you know, I had to make for both of us in a way, you know.
Yeah. So
it
came from you, the decision at the end?
Yeah.
Got to do it. Focus on that swim life. Yeah. Did she hear any of your music? Or no, you did. That was before you even started writing the new album.
No, actually, there's a couple of tracks on this album that I think I started on when we were still together, but most of it was done afterwards.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man. Thanks, Frank. Look at that bombshell at the end. Frank jumping in with a "love you so much" X question. You sneaky bastard. Hey, listen, I love you to bits. I think you're a super talent, like I said, and it's so good to finally connect. So album this year. We can't have a date, but we know it's coming 2022.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely sooner than later, that's for sure. And there'll be singles. There'll be singles over the next couple of months in the meantime. And I'm really, really excited to put this one out. I really am.
Nice, man. I'm excited to hear it. Nice to meet you out now. And like I said, it's a brilliant song. And if you guys want to get more of Cody, get him online, go listen to the album, which is out soon. And then when he's 50, if you want to see him nude, you got to go to the local bar. That's in 25 years. So that's a real long tease, Cody, but there'll be one person that will remember that, you know?
Exactly. There'll be someone. I'll be like, hey, I had this interview on KIIS 25 years ago. He told me to come. I heard you swim here.
Oh, imagine that. I'll be long dead. I don't know, some ridiculous incident, but you'll be around. You'll go, Mitch, there you go. He predicted it 25 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it, man.
My pleasure, buddy.
Hi, this is Harry Styles.
I'm Margot Robbie.
We're so exciting. Mitch, hands. He's a boxer.
The Night Show with Mitch Churi.
KIIS.